The right way to do it, first of all, the nefesh is a lower level to the neshama. In order to speak to a higher level of the neshama, the level of meditation has to be much greater. So you
speak to the neshama.
Yeah. The way to speak, the way to do mamash hitbodedut, first one needs to learn it, but you can do hitbodedut in your room, you can do it in your car, you can do it in a forest, you can do whatever you want. The point is, hitbodedut means bidud nefesh, that you cutting out all distractions.
What the nefesh say again?
Bidud nefesh. Bidud is isolation.
To isolate the nefesh.
That's bidud. Now, our nefesh is constantly being bothered. All the time, our nefesh is seeing these flashing things all day long. The Rebbe from Piasetzna has a mimer that is called Ma'amar Hashkata. His teaching is teaching us something very, very amazing. That if a person is willing and able to do that once a day, he's going to operate in a completely different level. He's saying, you do this, you sit down in a closed room or in the field or whatever, and you concentrate on your thoughts. You're looking at your thoughts. Okay? You're not looking at anything, you can close your eyes, you put yourself in a position that nothing is bothering you, like a phone or kids or whatever, and you're looking at your thoughts like a movie. Now, when you're going to look at your thoughts, you're going to find out that you have a jungle in your mind. Millions of thoughts are running in your mind like a lunatic. Crazy thoughts. He says the only thing that separates us from a crazy person is that a crazy person actually does what he's thinking. We just don't do it. But if you would look, if you would observe your thoughts, you'll be like, I can't believe it, I'm nuts. What you would want to do to people, what you would want to say to people, what you would want to do by yourself. We're kind of crazy in our mind, but it's not really your thoughts. The point of this practice, of this meditation, is that when you're observing your thoughts, at some point they'll stop. And then your mind is clear. And then you have sheket, peace of mind. This is hashkata, silencing everything. You silence your thoughts. You do that before you do hitbodedut, then there's no distractions, there's no thoughts. Did I pay the bill? Did I didn't pay the bill? I have to do this, I have to do that. How can you can't do hitbodedut if your mind is you can't do it. So to do hitbodedut, this is serious meditation. It's not sitting like this and like concentrating on something. You first have to numb your thoughts. And you make silence in your mind. And maybe the first week or 2 or 3 weeks you don't know how to do it, but you practice it. But if you're able to do that and you know how to do it, you can do it on the bus. You close your eyes, you just separate yourself from reality. And then when you have peace and quiet in your mind, then you start talking to your nefesh. You start talking to your neshama. Now it's not so easy to explain in 2 minutes, but the point is, first of all, there's many books that explain how to actually do it, but you want to do it. Why? Because if you're concentrating constantly on the external parts of your will, your ratzon, it has nothing to do with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. If you concentrate on your desires and inclinations and your thoughts and your will and all these things, you will find out that 90% of them has nothing to do with the will of the Kadosh Baruch Hu. It's your will. This is why when a person is working on his attributes, on his midot, the first midah one needs to work on is the most important midah. It's called midat anava. The attributes of humble, to being humble. Because if a person doesn't have the midah of anava, what will be birthed from midat anava? First of all, the opposite of midat anava is ge'ava. It's the opposite of anava. It's what's called yeshut. I'm a tzias, I'm something. So if I'm not humble, I'm going to have gaiva. What will birth from this gaiva is 2 devastating midot. Anger and sadness. First will come anger, then will come sadness. This originates from gaiva.
Could you give her an example? No. Could you give an example of an explanation of what humble just
No, I
is?
know what. I have my own things. One second.
In a very short version of what's midat anava being humble.
Jealous.
Excuse me?
Gaiva is jealous.
No, gava is pride. Jealous is kin'ah.
Oh.
Ge'ava is pride. Ego, bekitzur. To make a long story short, ego.
Okay.
I'm something. This is ge'ava.
So
No.
that's something.
I wasn't. What about you talk about speaking to the nefesh, speaking to the neshama. What about the other levels? You speak to every level of your soul?
You want to speak to your nefesh because you're more connected to your nefesh. Your nefesh is more close to you. When you learn how to really refine yourself, you'll start talking to your neshama.
But what about ruach?
The ruach is a different component that you want to concentrate on your nefesh and on your neshama. Now, not to make it, I don't want to confuse you. Just concentrate on your nefesh. Learn how to communicate with your nefesh, because your nefesh will talk to you. Now, in order to do it, you really have to clear your mind. You have to bring yourself to a point that you can start talking to your nefesh, and your nefesh will answer you. Hold on, you understand?
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Later on, you work on it. This is a form of meditation. It's a form of getting close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And when you learn how to do it, you'll start rising to a higher level. Tzaddikim, they reach to the level of what's called Yechidah.